One would really have to isolate oneself not to know that climate change is one of the most pressing problems on our planet. Discussions on climate change by countries, territories, provinces and cities have generated commitments to achieve the net zero emissions targets by mid-century. It amazes me that, in addition to feeling that Alberta should have a say in Canada's net zero emissions target for 2050, which is in line with other G7 countries, the Alberta UCP leadership did not send representatives to the COP26 conference in Glasgow. This is a breach of duty on the part of the PCU and shows a lack of leadership in our provincial government. Expecting Prime Minister Trudeau to push Alberta into the conference is ridiculous. The UCP seems to prefer reacting to events rather than being present proactively. The proactive, simple and correct choice for COP26 was to have a representative from UCP, preferably Kenney, represent the interests of Alberta and Alberta at the conference. Watching the Tuesday night news, I was infuriated to see Prime Minister Kenney throw Dr. Deena Hinshaw under the bus for the fourth wave. Whatever decisions were made, they were not to be made by Dr. Hinshaw. They were yours, Premier. The ball stopped with you. You are the Prime Minister. I am an Alberta-born and raised hardcore conservative, truly blue, and have voted for the Conservatives my entire life. That will never change, but if you are the Prime Minister and leader of the PCU in 2023, I will simply not vote, which marks the first and only election in which I did not fulfill my civic duty. Clearly to me, the NDP is not a viable alternative in 2023, but neither are you, Premier Kenney. I am from a generation that worked for what I wanted, and not once did I accept a handout for something that I could earn myself. I raised my children to be the same. We were responsible for the decisions we made and we accepted the consequences. Throwing Dr. Hinshaw under the bus to avoid accepting the consequences of his ill-timed, best summer ever, is cowardly, shameful, and unworthy of my vote. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's time to resign and save yourself the embarrassment of being fired at the leadership review.